Good evening and welcome to No Rest for the Weekend. I'm Jason Godbey, coming to you from the red carpet of the 15th annual Soho International Film Festival. I'll be speaking with some of the creators and stars from the fest. But first, here's a quick word from our sponsor.
Sponsored by Black Magic Design, the world's highest quality products for the feature film, post and broadcast industries. blackmagicdesign.com.
Molly, how does it feel to be here, first of all, and tell us about your projects?
Well, it feels great. This is my first time being here at the Soho International Film Festival, and I'm so excited. This is a whole thing. It's wonderful. And yeah, the films that I'm a part of, I am an actor in Falling Planes, which is about a struggling mother who goes through the lifespan of her son who died of an opioid addiction. This was done by Cameron Racer, who's the director and writer of the piece, and then produced by Alara Siegel. And it's amazing. I really love the film and was really very proud to be a part of it. The other two films that I am a part of, I'm the singer-songwriter for. So Miss Pink, that was done by the amazing Lauren McCann. I wrote the theme song for called Pink Neon City. So you'll get to see that and hear the music, and I have a little cameo in there as well. And I also have a song called Trapdoor for the original soundtrack of Her Turn by Rachel Black Spaulding. So a lot going on. So I'm basically going to live here.
You're here opening night. Your films are coming up. Butterflies, feelings, what do you expect? What do you want the impact to be?
I'm really, really proud of Falling Planes, and I think that Falling Planes is a very important film for people to see, especially during this time where we have a lot of opioid addictions. And it really speaks to the pain and struggle, and this was actually based on a true story. It's the director's family member that went through this. So I really love that film, and I think that it's a very important film for people to see and see what the impact that the opioid crisis has been doing to people and their families.
Do you know what the plans are for that going forward?
So this film was done right before the pandemic, and I have put it into a couple of film festivals. So after this, I think we're going to try and put it into a few more, so we'll see what happens. But I'm just, like I said, I'm just so proud of it. I'm so excited for it to be at Soho. And
for people who want to find you, learn more about you and your work, where can they find you online?
I'm the only person with my name, so you can find Molly Gazay, Gazay, and if you just look me up on Google, I am everywhere. But specifically, Molly Gazay Official on Instagram.
Dallas, how does it feel to be here at the 15th annual Soho International Film Festival?
I love it. It's in my neighborhood. I live about 4 blocks away, so I'm really excited. It's always a great week and ready to kick it off.
And what are you working on now? Do you have any projects you can brag about?
I've got a thing coming out on Netflix, Monsters, the Eric and Lyle Menendez story. I play their psychologist. He's a very strange bird.
For that project, for the Netflix project, what do you want people to get from that? What kind of impact do you want that to have?
Well, I don't know, I haven't seen it yet, so what I hope it is a sort of fantasia of epic proportions. It certainly seemed that way when we were making it. So I hope that translates to the screen.
Cameron, what brings you here this evening, as if I don't know?
I'm part of the project We Are Ready to Believe You. I'm one of the subjects interviewed in a really fun documentary about the 40th anniversary of the Ghostbusters.
For you, what was that experience like?
Sitting down to interview and talk about it is really fun. Watching yourself was really out of body, and it's really cool to see how it all came together, because I remember having this back and forth with you. And you definitely cut in there is no Dana, there is only Zool. You had to put it in. I didn't know that would go in there, but yeah, it was super fun. I love talking about sci-fi. That's what I do.
And you got a bunch of projects, right, that you can talk about?
I have a short film called Song is a Spell about an all-girl band that accidentally writes a spell during band practice. And I'm working on a series of documentaries right now. I'm working on a documentary about a woman who survived 9/11, which is pretty crazy, called Breaking Free from PTSD. But I have about 9 projects going right now. I'm just really happy to be here, and I can't wait to see this project. Thanks for having me come out.
And for people who want to find you online, know more about your work, where can they find you?
Thanks for asking. If you want to find out more about my work, my sci-fi and documentary work, CameronKit.co or Cameron__Kit on Instagram.
Taylor, what's it like to have your film here at Soho?
Oh, it's so exciting. You know, this is our world premiere for Thank You Places, and we're just so happy to be here. You know, I've lived in New York for 12 years, and I'm so excited that our first festival is in New York.
And tell me about the picture.
So Thank You Places is a queer rom-com short about a jaded actor who has recently broken up with his younger, more idealistic castmate, and they basically have to get through the show that's going on off camera as they kind of process their breakup. So it's about sort of like the two sides of being an artist, that sort of jaded, tired person with the idealist who just wants to make beautiful art.
And what do you want audiences to walk away with? What do you want the impact to be?
A feeling of joy from like a happy ending, just like the old rom-com classics that I used to love growing up.
And for people who want to know more about the film and more about you, where can they find you online?
You can follow us on the film with at Ginger Rage Media across all platforms, and then you can find out more about me at taylorcoriel.com.
I'm here with Greg Caston and Anthony Robert Grasso, the director and star of Sisters of Seneca. Welcome, guys. How does it feel to be here at Soho?
Good to be here.
Always great to be here.
Tell me about the project.
So the film is about, it's focusing a little light on Seneca Village, which is now Central Park. And this story, the way we're telling the story, is shedding a little bit of light on history with a little supernatural and darkness. It's focusing on two detectives going to interview two ladies in a speakeasy, and their lives are put in grave danger for reasons you learn later in the film. But the whole base of the film is kind of bringing some light to Seneca Village.
Anthony, tell me about your character and your role in the film.
So my character is his partner, and we go into the speakeasy looking for a missing person, and there's a history that connects me to this story. I don't want to give away too much, but these ladies are out for justice. And that's all I'm going to say about that.
What are the plans going forward? Is this like a proof of concept for something bigger?
Yeah, so I've actually already finished writing the full feature, and so now we're kind of shopping that and letting people read and kind of trying to get some investors. So the feature's already done.
And for people who want to know more about you and the project, where can they find you online?
Instagram at Greg Caston and at Sisters of Seneca _film.
Anthony Robert Grasso at anthonyrobertgrasso.com.
I'm here with Lauren McCann, friend of the show, and the director and star of the pilot project, Miss Pink. Lauren, how does it feel to be here at Soho?
Oh, so exciting. This is our premiere in New York. We're going to have a whole house there. Just really proud of what we did. We rolled up our sleeves as guerrilla indie filmmakers and just got it done.
Tell me about the project.
So it's called Miss Pink. The whole idea is that it's a live-action graphic novel kind of come to life. We have two worlds, the fantastic world where she's trying to become an assassin in this ancient band of female assassins. But then during the day, she has a very mundane life, working at a bodega, trying to support her kids, and getting through with her everyday life.
What was like the genesis of this whole thing?
I just get crazy ideas in my head. And then I start to see things in images, not in words, and then I kind of do a Jack Kerouac-like thing where I sit at a computer for hours and then just write it out.
Where are you in the festival run, and what are the plans going forward?
So we had our world premiere at Dances with Films in LA. This is our New York premiere. Got a whole pitch deck going. We've branched it out to 8 episodes. A lot of potential. It'll really leave you wondering what's happening and wanting more.
All right, and for people who want to know more about you, the project, where can they find you?
MissPinkPilot.com. And my name's Lauren McCann. We got some great people on board, so definitely check it out.
I'm here with director Max Weisberg and Stefania Makarova of the film Red Mafia. Guys, how does it feel to be here opening night of Soho Film Festival?
Fantastic. Exhilarating.
Incredible.
Tell us about the project.
This project is a Russian mafia film set partly in the Soviet Union in the 1980s and partly in Brooklyn in the 1990s. It's a love story set also in the Vorzakonya, a thieves-in-law, an elite Russian criminal organization going back to the time of the Tsars. I'm the producer-director, and Stefania Makarova is the actress in the film.
Tell me about your role.
Oh, I play secretary, so my role, I'm playing a Russian character, and I'm so happy and grateful that I've been cast. And I played actually with some my friends that I was so happy to see them on set and work with them because it's an incredible experience.
Tell me about where can we find the picture online? Where can we find more information about you guys?
Our website is Karaganda Film. That's Karaganda film.com. This is our U.S. premiere. We've been in 6 festivals so far across Europe and Asia. We're excited to bring this to theaters here in North America this fall, and you'll see this in theaters across the country in November.
And where can we find you online?
Oh, social media handle STEFANIYAMAKAROVA. Please follow me, yes, and give some support.
Sadie, what does it feel like to be here opening night of Soho International Film Festival?
It's really exciting. It's a little bit overwhelming, but this is my hometown, so I'm really happy to be here.
Tell us about the film.
It is a coming-of-age film told from a Gen Z point of view. It's about a teenage girl who gets pregnant right out of high school and decides to keep the baby to get her ex-boyfriend back.
And what kind of inspired that?
I was about to finish my 2-year program with the Lee Strasberg Institute, and I had no idea where I was going with my life. And, you know, all of the amazing movies that have come before, Juno, Lady Bird, that inspired me so much. I wanted to tell one that really came from a place of being like a 2000s baby, going out into the world and fledging.
And you work with your father in this picture.
My dad is actor Kevin Corrigan. He's my favorite actor, and he's one of my favorite people in the world. He's like my best friend. So it was super fun to work with him. I feel like we've been like making little paintings and stories together since I was a kid. So it just felt fun and natural.
Is this the world premiere of the picture? World premiere here?
It's our New York City premiere. We had our world premiere at the Bentonville Film Festival in June.
What were the reactions like, and what do you want the reactions to be like?
You know, this film started really just like a page in my diary, so I never expected anyone else would even care. So to see that other people are really resonating it and finding a new perspective in it, and, you know, like people that I mean, you know, like I would never think my dad would enjoy it, but to see that people from other generations are enjoying it and, you know, finding ways to understand where I'm coming from, like that's all that I can hope for.
And what are the plans going forward for the film? Do you have more festivals to do? Do you have distribution locked?
Yeah, we have a few festivals coming up. We're going to Richmond, Calgary, we're going to Tallgrass, a whole bunch more, but I'm really excited.
And where can people find out more about you, your work, and the film?
So our website is If That Mockingbird Film, and we're all on social media at If That Mockingbird Film or If That Mockingbird, and I'm everywhere at Sadie Bones with a 0 instead of an O.
Clarke, first of all, how does it feel to be here at Soho?
I'm thrilled. The 15-year anniversary is extra special at Soho International Film Festival, and on top of that, you know, my film is a dark comedy with horror elements. It's not surprising anybody who probably follows my work. But that said, this is the first non-horror, non-women's festival that we have been accepted to. So it's very, very exciting for us. It's extra special for us to be here.
Do you feel like the normies are embracing you?
I hope so. We're going to find out. I was just saying as I was waiting to come talk to you all that, you know, I don't know what to expect from a non-horror audience, so we'll see.
The film is like a horror comedy, but what is it about?
The film is called A Shining Example, and it is The Shining with a mom. It is as simple as that. I play a character named Aiden, who is a TV writer who has put her career on hold to raise her daughter with her husband, and now her daughter's old enough so that she can start, you know, Aiden can start working again. And she's not getting the help from her husband that maybe she would like, and a little bit of madness ensues. So there will be nods to both Stanley Kubrick's film and Stephen King's novel in A Shining Example.
So it's like part parody, part homage.
I think that's a really good way to put it, like a reimagining.
And what are the plans for the film going forward? Is this like a proof of concept for a feature?
So we had our world premiere at Fantastic Fest last year, so we have been supporting this film for about a year now. So I am hopeful that after some of the success that we have had, we just found out we won an award at a film festival that we'll be attending next weekend, which is awesome. I'm very proud of that. So I actually just hope more people trust me to direct, and that's what this leads to. I will say Sam Levine and I have a project coming up that we're going to be announcing very soon. That would see me in the director's chair, so we'll see.
Fabulous. And for people who want to find you online and know more about your work, where can they find you?
Please follow me on Instagram at Clarke Wolfe, Clarke with an E, Wolfe with an E, and TikTok at Clarke Wolfe TikTok.
Josh, first of all, how does it feel to be here opening Soho International Film Festival?
It's real exciting. I'm seeing a lot of old friends, and it's just exciting to be a part of a scene where a lot of cool movies are being premiered.
And tell me about the film and what drew you to the project.
It's called All Happy Families. My friend Harula Rose co-wrote it and directed it, and she's an old friend, and we had dinner one night, and she said, I wrote a role. I want you to do it. She sent me the script, and I immediately said yes. It was so charming and wonderful.
And what do you want audiences to walk away after seeing it here tonight?
I guess to feel less alone in having a crazy family. We all have them, and there can still be a lot of love there.
I'm here with the director of All Happy Families. Harula, how does it feel to be opening Soho International Film Festival?
Feels really exciting to have our East Coast premiere here. I'm really thrilled. There's some exciting people in the audience, and our actors that are local haven't seen the film yet with an audience, so that'll be really fun.
And tell us about the project. Tell us about the film.
This was something that I wrote with my friend Coleman Goss, who's also an actor and a writer, and he was in my first film, Once Upon a River. So we wrote this and intended to make it. It's a dysfunctional family dramedy, and hopefully it's really relatable to a lot of people. Really excited to hear people laughing again in the theater. It's been getting a good one at festivals so far.
This sounds like a very personal movie. Was it personal to you?
Yeah, it was personal to both of us. Me and my co-writer are really close friends, and we just really wanted to make something that, pokes fun at family dynamics and like little secrets and resentments that can come up, and it's just been really fun to watch people resonate with that. So I hope that it keeps going on its journey that way,
What are the plans for the picture going forward? You guys have distribution locked, more festivals?
Yeah, this is a really exciting moment, actually. We secured this theatrical deal, so it's coming out in like 35 cinemas this Friday, and I'm just like feeling so lucky that we have that. And then October 18th is when it'll be streamable and VOD and all that stuff. So this is a cool moment. We're kind of on like a mini tour where we're doing the New York stuff now and then the LA stuff this coming weekend, and just doing our best, with an indie movie.
For people who want to know more about the film, more about you and your work, where can they find you online?
It's just my name at Harula Rose, HAROULAROSE, on Instagram and wherever.
I'm here with John Patrick Shanley, the writer of The Wake. John, how does it feel to be here at Soho on opening night?
Well, it's kind of great to be in New York and to have the cachet of Soho. It's a very particular arty part of town, and we doing a play that's been turned into a film. It's just kind of an extra boot, an extra pleasure.
Can you talk about the premise of the piece and how it came about?
I've been at a lot of wakes in my life. I've been in a lot of open coffins, and I've heard the repartee around those coffins and participated in it myself. And so I thought it'd be interesting to do a piece about that, and with a sort of irreverent point of view. But it's also an invitation to contemplation, to be at a wake. And people say stuff they wouldn't say any other time. And I wanted to explore that too, and that's what I did.
Can you talk a bit about the characters?
Their main character is a guy named Guy, who's French and who's in America, almost specifically to see this dead man to make sure that he's dead, because there's no love lost between them. And the acrimony between them is about a dog. And there's a young man there wanting to pay his respects to somebody who's passed away who he knew, and they get into a significant conversation.
It was a play, now it's a film. What do you expect differently from the new adaptation?
Well, actually, so I gave this play to Dave Coleman because I worked with him as an actor, and I thought he was very talented. And he went away, and he made this film of the play that is incredibly inventive, filmic, and original. And I was blown away. I was like, because I've had other stuff of mine obviously done before, but this, I was like, this guy is truly artistic and has a great sense of humor at the same time. So it was a thrill for me.
How is this a different process from something like Doubt or a bigger, more Hollywood production?
Well, when I did Doubt, I wrote and directed Doubt, and I had done the play before that, and that's like a big support situation. We have a big crew and production designer that working for months and all of that. and it's very realized in a different way because you're doing this kind of level of verite, of believability that you really need in a feature film of that kind. And with this, he found a way to take it to a world where anything was possible and still be true to the story. So I thought, this guy's special.
And what do you want audiences to walk away with? How do you want the impact to be for this?
Well, I'd like to think that people who come to see this film will go out and go to a couple of wakes. Preferably not mine.
I'm here with the stars of the wake, PJ, Adzima, and Dave Coleman. Guys, how does it feel to have your film here at Soho?
Oh, it feels fantastic. It's lovely to share this amazing film with a New York audience. Working on an original Shanley script is really incredible, and bringing it home to NYC feels right.
Yeah. And I also think this theater in particular, I mean, it's an operatic theater. I saw The Master here in 70 millimeter, like 6 years ago. It's probably one of the best cinematic experiences of my life. So to be on the same screen as that is, I think we're over the moon.
Tell me about your roles.
So I play Randy. Randy at the wake has never been to a wake before, has never seen a dead body. And so we follow him through the terror that is confronting death in person for the first time.
I play Guy. He's French. He's furious. He lost his dog, and he's here for revenge.
How did the project come to you? Like, how did you come to be a part of it?
Dave reached out to me, actually. He read the part of a very unassuming white man and thought, I know exactly who to call. Yeah. And I was very lucky enough to be brought onto the project and have been unassuming ever since. Yeah.
Yeah, it was a one-act play that we had worked on in New York, maybe pre-pandemic, and about 5 years later, John thought maybe it'd be good as a film. I had seen PJ in a web series called Royally, and I thought he was just unbelievable, and I was really grateful he came out. We shot it out in LA, and he took a flight out and took time off Book of Mormon, catch PJ in Book of Mormon, where he crushes it. I haven't seen it, but I'm going to see Saturday.
That's right, yeah, come through, please.
What's the difference playing it for the stage and playing it on film?
That's a great question. We really played it, we really shot it and rehearsed it very much for the stage. Right. It was really important to honor the piece as a stage piece originally, and it feels like it's the best of both worlds. You can really enjoy so much of the theatricalities of a piece like this while still using the medium of film. It's been really, really rewarding.
Yeah. I think it's a conversation I've had a lot with John recently is, you know, the stage, the actions and the words, and cinema, it's visual, and the idea of lifting something that's really for the stage to a cinematic experience and a visual one. Specifically for this, we didn't change a syllable. I mean, we really committed to the challenge of this is not adapted for the screen. This is John's play. That's why our poster is actually the playbill, which I think is really flipping cool. I'm not going to swear. And yeah, what you're about to see is really the play on film.
Were there certain elements that they had to add to it to make it more cinematic type of thing?
Yes. Yeah, there's a sequence, let's just call it the train sequence, that's pretty cinematic, I would say. A little James Cameron, Spielbergian, if you will. Really special effect oriented, and it lifts the story. There's a few things that lift the story that have been added.
I think that's the fun too. I think when you take a play and put it, on film, you get the space and the creativity of that medium that you don't in a play that only might have 2-3 characters. Yeah. So to really flesh it out and to build that world is something that you can do on camera that you can't on stage, and I think that's where it shines.
What do you think the difference will be in the audience in terms of seeing it on screen as opposed to seeing it live in the theater?
That's a great question.
That's a great question.
They actually, in LA, as part of Puff Festival, they showed it, the theater version, and then showed the film back to back. It was an incredible kind of eye-opening experience just to the two mediums, and I think that's a lot what this movie's about. It's about film and theater, and that's why PJ was essential to the project. He's on Broadway, and it was essential to keep that New York spirit. We shot it on LA, but we wanted to keep it pretty Shanley,
Yeah.
Pretty New York.
How do you want audiences to walk away tonight?
I want audiences to walk away with a sense of wonder. I think that death is a complicated subject, especially in America. We're very life-oriented, and there's a lot of mystery involved with the great beyond, and I hope that it makes them think and it is entertaining at the same time.
On the first day of shooting, we did talk about what's like sort of the mission statement with the crew and what are we all working towards, and the idea is whether you have someone you've lost that's passed away or whether you've lost somebody just in geographical distance, we hope you walk out of the movie feeling like that person is close to you, because I do believe that they are.
What do you guys got coming up? Where can we look for you?
Oh, sure. I'm the Book of Mormon, 8 shows a week on Broadway. I also run a downtown variety show called Stage Time, where I bring the best of Broadway drag, burlesque, and stand-up together for a monthly sold-out show at the Slipper Room.
Currently developing early stages, but a Western. Kind of a down and dirty Sergio Leone kind of thing. So.
Well, if you need any unassuming white men, he knows who to call.
And where can we find you guys online?
I'm at PJ Adzima on Instagram.
At The Real Dave Coleman.
And that's all from the opening night of the Soho International Film Festival. For more of our content, including more film festival coverage, visit our website, norestfortheweekendpodcast.com. Don't forget to subscribe on your favorite podcast app or on YouTube, youtube.com/getbehindtherabbit. I'd like to thank everyone who came out to chat with us at the fest and our sponsor, Black Magic Design. For Behind the Rabbit Productions, I'm Jason Godbey. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you next time.
This is the BTRP Media Network.